MMA Junkie remains on the scene in Fight Island for what is going to be the second of 5 consecutive weeks of UFC events here in Abu Dhabi. This, of course, the first of 3 consecutive Fight Nights event leading up to UFC 254, the big one, later this month. Holm versus Aldana in the main event is the first women's headliner here in Abu Dhabi. And Holm, the former champ, future UFC Hall of Famer, believes, listen, maybe coming near the end of my career, but still believe I'm competing at a high level and still chasing after that championship dream one more time.
You know, my goal is to have the title. I want to retire with the title. I'm truly a big believer in the fact that if you're not trying to fight for a title, what are you fighting for? If you're not trying to be number one, what are you fighting for? That's the difference between somebody who just wants a participation ribbon or the gold medal, you know? So I'm always going for gold.
On the other side of the cage, we Mexican contender Aldana, who is coming off the biggest win of her career, a vicious knockout of Vieira, and she believes she has grown and is ready as a contender, and this is her time to earn a shot at UFC Women's Champion Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm confident now. Even if I haven't won that fight yet, I'm confident now. I know I have the level, I know I have the skills, and I know I'm going to improve even more with the time, and I know I'm going to be ready for Amanda Wins time.
Of course, if you look a little further down the card, you'll find somebody else who believes their name needs to be in that discussion. Pena, while she's had a bit of a layoff as of late, believes with a great performance here, it's she who deserves the title shot, not someone else.
You know, I've always been showing that I've been game. I won the Ultimate Fighter, and then of course I got injured. That was, you know, my bad. Again, part of the sport, nature of the beast. But then when I came back, I was fighting girls in the top of the division. I fought Jessica who was, I think, number 5 at the time. I fought Kat Zingano, I think, who was number 2 at the time. Then I fought a number 1 contender, Valentina. And then I fought former world champion, Nika Montano. And now I'm fighting again, number 1 girl in the world. So I think that the resume speaks for itself. I've only dropped 1 in the UFC. I got overzealous, and I've corrected those mistakes. I get past this one. I don't honestly see anybody else that could be leapfrogging me at this point.
Meanwhile, the other side of the cage is former women's featherweight champion Germaine de Randamie, who believes she's being a little bit disrespected here by the card positioning from the UFC.
Seriously, I'm enjoying myself. I mean, rankings don't mean anything. I mean, with all due respect, I'm still ranked number 1, and I'm fighting not even the co-main event. I'm fighting the fight before the co-main event. On Holly and Aldana. I mean, seriously, the UFC have not really shown me any respect in that kind of way or form. You know, that's the honest truth. I have accomplished everything in my career. I mean, I've been the 10 times undefeated Muay Thai champion. I fought a man. I've been the former UFC champion. Nobody took the belt besides the UFC. And, you know, it was very easy for me to say after the Amanda fight, you know, I lost the fight. Nothing's left for me to do anymore. I mean, I can quit, or I can try and go for another title shot. Absolutely. That was easy, but I fight because there's always another day.
In the co-main event, a couple of heavyweight prospects, Jorgen, Castro, Felipe, both of them have promised it will be fireworks as long as it lasts, and they're going to get things started with a little bit of trash talk.
Jorgen mentioned some stuff about Brazilian culture. He talked about some Brazilian soap operas and made some puns, and he said, you know, I feel like he's a hypocrite because he said, don't come in with your trash talk and don't start talking. And Boy's like, hey, I'm not saying anything, and he starts coming out and saying that, but you know, he needs to check what he's saying because the mention that he's making of the soap opera in Brazil is kind of another way of saying that you're cheated on.
I know he's a good boxer. He moves good. He throws good hands, and I know he's going to be willing to stand and bang. I'm a black belt on stand and bang.
So those are the featured bouts at UFC on ESPN Plus 36. It's a card full of prospect and up-and-comers more than anything else, but it should be another great night of action as things continue here on Fight Island. Keep it with MMA Junkie. We'll have full coverage every week all the way up to UFC 254.